Hi everyone, I'm here with Rob today, the incoming sports officer who's going to be taking over from me. I'm just going to be asking him a few questions about his year in office, and then he's going to ask me a few about my achievements from this year as well. So Rob, I'll kick off first of all. Congratulations on winning your election.
Thank you.
What are your big plans for next year then when you're in office?
So obviously I wrote my manifesto back in around February, and there was a lot of things that I was keen on improving. So improving the communications with athletes, promoting inclusivity, giving equal and fair representation. I understand that COVID-19 would have really affected a lot of things with sport next year and how participation will work. But I just want to adapt, make sure that people still reap the benefits of exercise, whether or not it's their usual sport, whatever, still people are keeping active and just getting involved really.
Yeah, that sounds brilliant. And in terms of running for the position, obviously you went in an election. What made you decide to run for sports officer?
So I've always had like a good background in sport. I did a lot of school. I used to swim for England. I played rugby at the uni, and about 1-2 years ago I started boxing. So I've obviously done a lot of sports. I've got a lot of background in participation, performance, individual, team, and sort of I've seen the benefits that at every level, team or individual, can give to people for both your physical and mental well-being. And I just want to share this with everyone who's coming to Birmingham and make sure that they're encouraged to join sport.
Yeah, Brill. Obviously, you've got a very impressive sporting CV, so hopefully that'll stand you in good stead as sports officer for next year as well. And then my final question, just quickly, what have you loved about being a student at Birmingham?
Well, apart from just going to sports nights, I'd say it's the community feel. So you're on the Vale in first year, or even if you're not, you're still close to it. You live in Selly Oak with all your friends in second year and third year. It's such a tight campus feeling, and just that sense of community, seeing your friends a lot of the time, going to lectures with them, and everyone being together. I really, really enjoy that, and also just the independence from being away from home. Thought that was really, really good, and I love that, especially being at Birmingham.
Yeah, that's a massive thing that sets Birmingham apart, I think, as well. Yeah. So I'll just hand it over to you for the last couple of minutes to ask some questions for me as well.
Well, thanks for those questions. First one I'm going to ask is, what are you most proud of achieving this year?
So for me, similar to you, actually, I set out with quite an ambitious manifesto to increase participation, particularly amongst underrepresented groups that I felt were underrepresented in sport on campus. So a couple of the big projects I've led on are the One World Cup. So this year, alongside Joe Park, the international officer, I've done a One World Cup, which encouraged international cultural societies to get involved. So we actually had over 100 students involved in that. And it was great to see. It really showed the multicultural nature of campus all played out on our pitches. And that was class. So I really enjoyed that and something I'm proud of. As well, the Lgbtq campaign, which was run alongside our Book Super Series event with lacrosse, the Uproar event. That was another one that really engaged, I thought, an underrepresented group on campus, told some really good success stories about our athletes as well, and hopefully will improve and increase participation throughout the student community as well.
Perfect. Yeah, as I was saying, going for this job, I followed them more closely and thought you'd done a really good job on them. On that note, what advice would you give me ahead of my year in office?
So yeah, it's something that I've been writing the handover document at the moment, just handing it back over to you. And one of the main things I think is just be personable as well. Obviously, you're a chatty guy, you're a normal sort of guy, you've got experience in sport at lots of levels. You've been a social sec as well, team sports, individual sports, and I think that experience will be really important for you. I think one of the biggest things is talking to people. I just enjoy going out on a Wednesday afternoon and talking to sports, going on the balcony, watching volleyball and netball, badminton, going out on the pitches to watch the hockey and the lacrosse. Lots of different sports, a variety of teams, just to understand what their committees are going through, what their individual sports are all about. So I'd say just get on a personable level with everyone and you can represent them as well as possible then. That's one of the biggest things for me. And secondly, I just say plan as much as possible. Get things in the diary. If you're going to have events booked in, make sure they're booked in a couple of months before so you can plan, advertise, talk to students about it. So yeah, they're my biggest pieces of advice really for you, mate.
Okay, perfect. I'll bear those all in mind. And just finally, what's the one thing you'll miss most about Birmingham?
Oh, it's tough to say into one thing. I think, yeah, you summed it up quite well before in terms of the community of campus. The Vale, obviously, I lived on first year, and then Selly Oak, you're like 5 minutes from your mates. It's a real personal community feel about the university. And I think as well, being sports officer, you get to know a lot of people, that are all passionate about sport, that's similar to you, obviously. And yeah, that feel, and the people that you work with as well, whether that be students, whether that be guild staff, UB sports staff, they've all got the one thing in mind, which is improving the student experience. And that's something that obviously you're really passionate about as well. So I'd say that's the biggest thing that I miss, working with those people, seeing students on a day-to-day basis. That's a massive thing for me. So yeah,
Perfect.
my main things.
Sweet. Well, nice one. Thank you very much for that.
No problem, mate. And best of luck for next year. I'm sure you'll smash it. You've got amazing experience. You're a top guy. So I really want to wish you the best of luck for next year, if that's all right.
Cheers. Best of luck in the future as well.
Yeah, cheers. Top man.
Take care. See ya.